Hey dudes, John here and welcome to another how-to video. Today's video is actually going to be a recap on probably one of our more popular videos on how to download modded maps for Minecraft on Xbox 360 and then onto the Xbox One. Before we get started, dudes, if you guys like this type of thing, if you guys can give us a big fat thumbs up down below, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you can click that subscribe button, it helps the channel out a great deal. And while you're at it, if you click the little bell, it turns on notifications and it allows you dudes and dudettes to know when we upload our daily videos. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, but to state right off the bat, you need at least 3 things in order to do this. You need, number one, first and foremost, you need an Xbox 360. You have to have one. There's no way around it. You also have to have a PC, not a Mac. It has to be a PC. Unfortunately, the software doesn't quite work on Mac just yet, and I'm going to show you guys the software in just a minute. The third thing you're going to need is a USB chip. Drive, whatever you want to call it. It's a standard USB drive, not a micro, it's not a USB-C. Now you can get these things at Staples, at Target, at Walmart, or I'll put a link down in the description below where you can pick these up for like around $6. You probably have one lying around the house, you just don't know it. Ask mom and dad, they probably have one somewhere. I'm also going to disclose a few other things, guys, before we get started, so please bear with me. If you guys want to see the actual tutorial, skip ahead. You guys can see the actual tutorial of us getting started. Now, there's a big downfall to this. If you have the disc version of Minecraft, you're going to have to install it to your Xbox. And the way you do that is by putting the disc into your Xbox and holding, when it loads up, instead of launching the game, hold down Y. It's going to ask you to install it to your hard drive. If you do not have a hard drive on your Xbox, unfortunately, if you have to have some type of drive for this to install on. Otherwise, it simply won't work. This has to be a digital version. It will not work off of the disc version of this. The reason why I'm putting these out is because I had 1,000+ questions on these exact same topics, and I'm trying to cover them before we get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our USB chip right here, and we're going to format it. Before we do anything else, before we load anything, before we do anything, we're going to format this chip. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in my computer. And I'm going to make sure if it does have anything on it to wipe it all clean. Right now it's got nothing on it. Now we need to install something on our computer. Now, a few people said that there might be viruses with this. There really aren't. I mean, if you click the wrong things, you might be able to get something that's not very pleasant on your machine. But we're going to go to our web browser. I'm using Chrome as my web browser only because I like it. It has a few less issues than other software. So we're going to actually install a software on our PC called Horizon. They have 2 versions of the software. One of them is called Infinity and the other one's called Horizon. Horizon is for console. Now we're going to install Horizon. I'm going to click on Horizon right here under wemod.com. You can go directly to the link. It's wemod.com/Horizon, and it'll take you to this page here. Now this page just has this one giant download now button. You can go ahead and click that. Now it wants to add an extension to Chrome. So you can add that if you want to onto the browser. That's really up to you. I just want the software really. So I'm hoping it's just gonna, yeah, there it goes. It just goes to download the software. It's gonna put it in my downloads folder. That's the default folder where things get downloaded is your downloads folder. Unless you chose a separate spot for downloads. So I'm gonna go ahead and on Chrome, I can just simply click this and it's going to install this onto my computer. So Horizon is gonna load. This does not have any kind of virus that I am aware of, but I've had this thing installed on my laptop probably for about 3 years at this point, and I've never had a single issue with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue on to my brand new computer and trust that this thing is gonna work. You allow this app to take effect. Yes, I'm installing this on Windows 10, by the way. Installed pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and select launch, and I'm gonna minimize the browser window for now. Okay, so Horizon pretty much looks exactly the same other than a few ads on the right, left-hand side here if you want to upgrade to the Diamond version of Horizon. I don't. I like the free version. It does just what I want. If you want to change other aspects of the game, you may want to install that later on. Now we need to go and find a map we want to download. And I'm going to go to a website called MC Xbox Mod. This is probably one of my favorite ones only because it has a lot of really cool modded maps. Now, mind you, you can't install like specific mods to Xbox yet. I know they're working on that stuff, but you can't install like Vein Miner, for instance. You can't install like voxel maps. You can't install like Sky Factory, for instance, on the Xbox. You can install maps that have been modded on PC with things that you could use on the Xbox. So now we're going to find a modded map. We're going to do, there's a Money Wars map here. What is this word here? Cube. And for whatever reason, the Xboxes all react differently to different maps. So I may install this Dungeon Craft on my Xbox, but it may not work on your Xbox, or vice versa. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to install this. This looks like a Dungeon Craft 2, a current version of the Dungeon Craft we already have, and I wouldn't mind having a new version of it. First thing you're going to see is a giant download link at the top. Don't click that. I'm going to say it again. Don't click that. You're going to scroll down to the very bottom here, and right above this other start down, again, don't click that. Down here where it says download Dungeon Craft, I'm going to click that. And it's going to jump me over to an AdFly window. AdFly is a revenue generator for people that make mods, so they can make a little bit of money on their mods. This is the only part of the window when it switches over that you want to pay attention to. See this? Where it says skip ad? This counted down from 5 to skip ad. Don't click any of this down here. You're going to click skip ad. And what it's going to do is going to jump you over to this window. It's going to redirect you to download the mod. Again, this nonsense popped up over here. Click cancel. Don't click that either. So far, it gave me 3 pop-ups, which I think is really shady. Except for this is the nonsense we have to go through in order to download these things. Don't click any of these pop-ups. See where it says open software? Don't touch that. Speedy file download? Don't touch that. As a matter of fact, close that window. Leave. This window also popped up, this Mediafire window. This is the actual Dungeon Craft mod. This is the only link you should see at the very top here. There's this little gray box because it jumped us from MC Xbox mods. Then it jumped us over to AdFly. Then it jumped up a bunch of ad boxes. Don't click any of the stuff in between. From there, it pushed us over to Mediafire. Mediafire gives us this little link here. And hi, Liam. And we're going to click download from here. And it may have more pop-ups. And it did. There's more pop-ups. I don't want any of this stuff. I'm going to close this and I'm going to close this. The only thing I wanted was this file here, the bottom left-hand corner, downloading. It should say dungeoncraft.xbox.bin. Whatever mod you're downloading, it shouldn't say anything else. If it starts to say something else, stop the download and start all over again. So now we have this file here. We're going to go back to our Minecraft mods, mcxboxmods.com, and I'm going to find another mod. I'm going to show you the step one more time. I mean, this one looks pretty cool. This modded Money Wars. Why the heck not, right? Again, don't click any of the stuff that says big green downloads. We don't want any of that junk. We're going to go down right here, right below the last little window. Before the disclaimer, it says download modded Money Wars map. That's what I want. Again, it jumps me over to AdFly. Don't click the bottom stuff. This is counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and skip ad. Now it's going to redirect me again. This one should redirect me. This window here is redirecting me to media files or fire or whatever. It's a Mediafire. There it is. This window back here popped up another ad. I don't want that one. I'm going to shut that one out. Okay, so again, we're going to click on this right here. It says Sweet Dreams Money Wars. This is the map that we wanted. We're going to download that. And it should just put us a file right there. It is at the very bottom left-hand corner. That's exactly what we're looking for. And we want nothing else, okay? So now we're going to close this out because I don't want to download anymore. If you're going to download more stuff, cool, by all means do so. I'm going to shut this window out. The only thing that should be running is Horizon at this point. Now I'm going to create a folder on my desktop. I'm going to call it Xbox Modded Maps, right? So I'm going to put my Xbox Modded Maps in this folder. I'm going to now go to my Downloads folder, and we're going to see the 2 downloads right there and right there. And I'm going to drag those over into my folder. So now they're over in one spot, and I'm going to know where they're at from here on out. I'm going to put all my modded maps in there. That way they stay safe. And if I want a blank version or a clean version of it on my Xbox, I can come back here and I can reinstall it. Sorry, I had to change my clothes. It got a little chilly. Anyway, so now that we're on our Xbox here, we're going to, with the USB chip inserted in the Xbox at this point, we're going to go all the way over to settings. Now, this is a different method than I did before. This way uses just a game save and not moving over your actual profile. That is a little bit less daunting for some people because they don't want to move their profile onto something and chance losing it. So this is a different method that saves your profile and only changing game save data. Let's go ahead and we're going to go to System. We're going to go to Storage. I'm going to go ahead and select Hard Drive. And we're going to go to Games and Apps. And we're going to scroll all the way down to the wonderful world of Minecraft. All right, Minecraft. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a world. Now, you can grab any world for the profile you want to be using. So I'm going to grab, just, it doesn't really matter. We'll grab this one here. And we're going to copy this to the chip. You don't have to move it. Just copy it over to the USB drive. It's going to save an additional copy of it on that chip. So now that we have it on our chip, we can actually go check to see if it's on there. You can go to the USB storage device, the one that we just inserted. We can go to Games and Apps, and you can see that it's right there. Now we can back out. We can leave it on this screen right here, and we're going to remove our USB chip. And now we're going to put this into our PC here. And we're going to run, we don't have to, the window doesn't need to stay open. You can actually close that. But we are going to run Horizon, which we just installed. You can see our flash drive is already being recognized over here. Ignore the ads on the left unless you want to download some stuff or you want to go to Diamond, whatever it is. You also may want to log in. That's really up to you guys. It doesn't really matter. You can create an account and log in. It doesn't really affect the game in any which way, shape, or form. It just saves your information, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and we're going to go to our games here, and you're going to see the world that we just saved on there. And you can drag this over to the gray area here, and it's going to open up. Now, we're not going to really do anything with this except for we're going to be copying information from it over to our new games. Now, the other games that we had that we downloaded are right here in our Xbox modded maps folder, right? So we can go ahead and open up that folder, and we can drag this over into the gray area as well. Now you're going to see two bits of information. Remember, this is from my computer, and this is the one we just downloaded. You're going to see the numbers down here are different because they belong to a different profile. They belong to a different device and console, right? So we want to make sure all this information matches. We're going to copy this information and move it to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight this. You can either right-click it and say copy, or you can hit Control-C to copy it. And then you can highlight this one and you can say paste. And now this number is going to be the same as this number. Remember which machine you're doing it from. This is the world that you copied from your Xbox, and this is the modded one that you just downloaded. You want to move the information from your Xbox over to the modded one so that way it works on your Xbox. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here with device ID. We're going to highlight this. You can hit, if you click in the window, actually, in the little the text bar right there, if you hit Control-A, it automatically selects all of it. That way you don't miss a single number in there. And then you can hit Control-C for copy instead of right-clicking. And then you can click over on this window inside of this little text bar. And you can also hit Control-A, and then you can hit Control-V for paste. Now this number here should be exactly the same as this number here. Right? So they're matching now. Now this right here is your console ID. This is your console that you're copying your information from. So I'm going to do the same thing here. You can click in there and you can hit Control-A to copy to select all. Then you hit Control-C to copy. And make sure you're holding down Control when you hit the C and holding down Control when you hit the A. Don't hit Control and then A. It won't work that way. Control-A. Control-C, and then Control-V. Control has to be held down while you're hitting the second letter. And then I'm going to go into this one right here. I'm going to hit Control-A and then Control-V. Or you can just simply right-click paste. It's up to you guys. Whatever's easiest for you. So now we're going to, in this window, so this one right here doesn't matter. This one works on our machine already. This one here is the one that we want to get to work. So we're going to say save, rehash, and resign. And I like to click that a couple times. It's just good practice, I guess. Okay, so now we're going to actually import this into our hard drive. So now we want to inject a file. So we're going to say inject new file, and we're going to select the one we just did, which is this Sweet Dreams Money Wars, right? We're going to say open. and say okay. And we're going to inject another one. We're going to inject this right here, this Dungeon Craft, and then the folder, the file should be over here. Okay, there we go. We're going to say okay. Anyway, so now that we have them on the chip, we're going to go ahead and pull the chip out. Got our chip now. We're going to put it back in our Xbox. Do your thing. Do your thing, Xbox. Okay, so you can go to storage now, and you can go down to your USB drive, and you can go to games and apps. And you can see that, oh, look, Dungeon Craft did copy over. It just didn't show up on the other thing there. That's really strange, really bizarre. Anyway, but you can also see that because we copied the information over, you see the name tag on the right-hand side, the gamer tag, is written to me, to T-Blitz. So now I have Sweet Dreams Money Wars written to me. I have Dungeon Craft Mod Pack written to me, and then the original one that we downloaded, or the original one that we moved over, copied over, is Do You Even Vanilla Bro? So now that we know that they're on there, I can either copy these, I can select this right here, and I can actually copy this over to my hard drive, or I can play it directly off the USB chip. If you do copy it over to your hard drive, I suggest leaving an original clean copy on the USB chip. That way, if you mess it up on your hard drive, then you don't have to worry about having to go through the whole Horizon thing all over again. You can just transfer another copy over to your hard drive. Okay, so let's see. Destination already contains. Same, do you want to replace it? You know what? I'm not going to even worry about that one. I want to use this one. So I'm going to say, I'm going to copy this over to our hard drive, and it should be over there now. Now I'm going to go over to my hard drive just to verify that it's there, and then we can go ahead and give it a shot and try to play this. Okay, so I'm going to go to Games and Apps. I'm going to scroll all the way down to Minecraft. Where'd you go? All right, Minecraft. And there is Sweet Dreams Money Wars. There's 2 copies of it because one of them we tried the other day just to make sure that it worked before I made this video. All right, so let's go ahead and back out down to recent, and we're gonna select Minecraft. We'll select it from the hard drive because we copied it over from there. All right, so now we should be able to scroll down. It should be there. Is that it right there? There it is. Okay, I don't know why it puts it in random locations. You'd think it would either be at the top or at the bottom, but I do have a lot of worlds here. I should probably get rid of a bunch, and we're gonna select Sweet Dreams. It's in survival. We can give ourselves host privileges. I'm gonna turn it off online for the time being. We'll just go ahead and say okay, not a problem. Let's give it a go and see if it actually works. There we go, dudes. We have just successfully, in 2017, on TU49, moving really, it feels like it moves so slow, just installed this modded Money Wars Minecraft map. Let's go up here. There's air blocks, so you can't go. Okay, magic path ahead. Oh my lord. We're walking the sky. Oh wow, look at all these islands. This is freaking sick. This might be actually really fun to play now that I think about it. IDs are probably asking, how do I get it on my Xbox One? Well, it's really easy. Actually, you just go back to your main menu in Minecraft right here, select play game. You're gonna go down to the game you want to transfer to your Xbox One, just like you would in any other map. You're going to select this, but not with A. You're gonna select Y when you're over the map you want to transfer. You can upload the save for Xbox One. Now I'm gonna select this right here, and it's going to upload the save. It's going to say only one Xbox 360 console game can be saved, blah, blah, blah. Say okay, and it's going to upload it to the cloud. Now, once it's in the cloud, you can go log into, once this is all complete, you can log into your Xbox One and select download Xbox 360 game when you're in the main menu screen. You'll see the link at the very bottom. I'll put a picture of it right here. You're going to select that, and it's going to download the game from the cloud, and it's going to be ready to play. That simple. All right, there's really not much to it. The only downfall is you do have to have both an Xbox 360 and an Xbox One in order to get games onto the Xbox One. So there is one extra step in the sense that you do need to own both consoles, which kind of stinks for those of you that only own an Xbox One. Maybe you can hook up with a friend that happens to have an Xbox 360 and they can help you out in this case. Otherwise, there's really no other way to do it. Until Horizon comes up with a way to bypass the Xbox 360 entirely, for now, we just have to go through the Xbox 360 in order to get games into the Xbox One, as it's been for a while now. And see how it says upload save for Xbox One says upload complete over here, and I'm going to say okay, and it's done. It's that simple. There's really not much to it as long as the game is already on your Xbox 360. All right, dudes. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. I always have answered everybody's questions as much as I possibly can. If you guys have want to see the old original video, you can click right over there, and you can see the original video. You'll see a little bit of differences in between the two. Anyways, dudes, if you guys like this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up down below. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you can click that subscribe button, it's greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, if you click the little bell, it turns on notifications, hashtag notification squad, and it allows you dudes and dudettes to know when we upload our daily videos. And until next time, guys, see ya.